Greetings, and welcome to Earthling Cinema. I am your host, Garrix Wormuloid. This week's artifact is Toy Story, fondly remembered for killing 2D animation. Toy Story tells the story of toys, items Earthlings used to play with before learning how to play with themselves. Our protagonist is a self-centered cowboy doll, who's clearly having sex with a lamp.
What do you say I get someone else to watch the sheep tonight?
His name is Woody, but it might as well be Woody Allen, since he's a bit neurotic. One day, his child Andy gets gifts just for being born, even though his mother did all the hatching. In lieu of anything remotely educational, he gets Buzz Lightyear, an action figure who thinks he works for the Intergalactic Parks and Rec, when it was shut down millennia ago to increase military spending. After doing a really big flip, Buzz naturally becomes the big man on Krampus, but when Andy makes Woody sleep with the fishes, he decides it's time for that bitch to die. Buzz, not Andy. He puts a hit out on Buzz, like his badge doesn't say Sheriff Woody, but it might as well say Woody Allen, since everyone starts accusing him of a crime.
You backstabbing murderer!
Just before they can lynch him, Andy takes Woody out for some Italian dim sum. Fortunately, Buzz is alive, and has joined a cult, which can be a lot of fun with the right people. Unfortunately, Andy's neighbor Sid is the only kid in the world able to win a crane machine on the first try. He takes them to his murder shack, where Woody meets some kindly lepers, and Buzz transitions into a woman.
I am Mrs. Nesbitt!
A weapons-grade explosive comes from Amazon, and next thing you know, it's strapped to Buzz, because he's a spaceman, and to a 7-year-old, that would make a lot of sense. After the barest minimum of self-reflection,
I'm the one that should be strapped to that rocket.
Woody convinces the toys to save Buzz and mentally cripple Sid. They narrowly escape Sid's horse and land in Andy's moving truck just in time for Galaxmas. Like many children's movies, Toy Story explores the difficulties of coping with change, which can be a lot if you're buying gum with a 20. Andy's toys live in a state of perpetual insecurity about maintaining their status in Andy's bachelor pad.
What if Andy gets another dinosaur? A mean one! I just don't think I can take that kind of rejection!
In Woody, this fear manifests at first in denial,
Well, in a couple of days, everything will be just the way it was. They'll see.
then outright hostility.
Buzz, look, an alien! Where? Ah!
At my expense. Funny. The film teaches that one must adapt to change, ostensibly targeted at children dealing with the unfamiliar, such as moving or losing their baby arms. Throughout the film, Woody wrongly jumps to conclusions about anything new, my ex-wife's signature move. When Woody takes one look at Buzz's snazzy features and tight bod, he decides he doesn't like him. Similarly, Sid's toys are written off as a bunch of cannibal-lectors, because have you seen them? But by the end of the film, Sid's toys save his ass, and he and Buzz decide to be friends without benefits. In typical Pixar fashion, the lesson also translates to adults I pay to raise my kids. Woody's anxiety is rooted in the awareness that as an older toy, time is passing him by, and he better start a family soon.
Hey, a laser! How come you don't have a laser, Woody?
His antiquated technology and whole cowboy thing, once a cause for pride, are now just fuel for his midlife crisis. Not to be confused with midlife crisis fuel, which is equal parts gin and tears with a twist of lewds.
I mean, what chance does a toy like me have against a Buzz Lightyear action figure?
While the film ultimately resolves Woody's conflict with the new kid on the block step by step, the problem of his and every other toy's inevitable obsolescence remains. The moral is that you have to make the most of what you have, as Woody does when he uses his talk feature.
Toys can see everything.
Ultimately, Toy Story reinforces this message through the psychological dismantling of Buzz Lightyear, the film's original title. Buzz enters the film with a fully formed conversation starter that gives him confidence and a grand purpose, only to find he's been laboring under a delusion.
Just a toy, a stupid, little, insignificant toy.
In many films, a character confronted with such existential challenges would double down and eventually prove just how special I am. Instead, after getting white toy wasted, Buzz accepts that he was made in Taiwan by an infant. Toy Story teaches that you must accept that you aren't special. You never were. Rather than reaching for the stars in Mushroom Kingdom, one must seek happiness in simple things, such as friendship and servitude. And in Woody's case, having sex with a lamp that he is clearly having sex with. For Earthling Cinema, I'm Garrix Wormuloid. You've got a friend in me, and I've got a kidney donor in you.